Few matchups in the history of college football have had games, and more specifically, endings etched into the memory banks, etched into the lore of the sport, more than the Iron Bowl. From the kick six to the grave digger, you just hear those words. Emotions, frustrations, stirred up that last a whole year. And in a rivalry game like this one, we can only hope for another classic like those. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Alabama's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. While it didn't have the drama we've come to expect in past Iron Bowls, last year's game in Tuscaloosa was certainly one where Auburn fans had to feel as if they missed some opportunities.
No, Alabama didn't make it easy on themselves last year either because they turned it over 4 different times. In the end, it was Jalen Milroe's legs that made the difference. 3 rushing touchdowns for him. Of course, he's not in Tuscaloosa anymore, David. They're going to have to keep running the football efficiently if they're going to win this one.
And these games get weird on their home fields. And Auburn's got to feel confident at home.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And this offense comes out first down, tries to run the football, no answer. Second down, they go for the pass, they give up the sack. This defense on point early in the football game with 2 great plays.
He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Makes him talk to the hand. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Miller with the ball. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Finds a tight end. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Crosses the 45. He picks it up, still on his feet. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he caps things off with a scintillating 68-yard scoring run. He'll bring it out. It's caught. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Auburn's offense will go to work for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Grab behind the line. It's Coleman. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Auburn sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Makes a catch, wants to make a move upfield. Can they catch it? They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Got a man, it's Lewis. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Simpson. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up, and you see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback?
He'll take a shot. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking downfield on first down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. Trying to get rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now third down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
Pulls it in. It's Simmons. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Lofts one high and deep. He's got it at the 20. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll throw it from the red zone. Going for it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you...
Touchdown, Alabama! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Cobb. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. On the run, it's Alston. Spins away from the defender. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Offense set on 1st down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Cobb. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Fires to the big fella. It's a seam wide open. And finally, a little production in the passing game. That has been sorely lacking in this one. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. He unleashes a long one. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. First play of this drive comes from the 27. To the air, it's Simpson. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Showing the arm straight down the left side.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half, and here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34.
Well, I can tell you haven't played the position. If you can't step into throws and you can't follow through, it obviously affects your accuracy. And I think the hit on the quarterback right there certainly contributed to that interception.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to you.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a second down play. From the gun, the running back has it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Auburn lines up quickly. Now they're going to throw it. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Auburn offense. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the air on 1st down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost him.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Looking to throw at Simpson. Moving out of the pocket. Got room to work. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on 3rd down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open, tucks it, gets a huge 3rd down conversion for this offense.
The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.